Okay, can we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Madhu Vadlamani, sir, is working as senior consultant and deputy manager in Deloitte. He is a data analytic expertise with 12 years of experience. He worked with firms like Google, Dell, Coney, and Cognizant. He is an expertise in AI, cloud computing, and data analytics. He delivered many sessions, including FTPs to major colleges, corporates, and many more in different places, which also include IIMs. He acted as judge for major hackathon and national level hackathon events. Now I request Madhu Vadlamani sir to please start the session.
Very good morning, everyone. Thanks for calling me in. And in fact, for me, Vadlamani College is my like around a second home. So to be frank, I had a hello. Sorry. Sorry.
Please continue, sir.
Yeah, in fact, I had a very good conversation and very good healthy connects with Vadlamani College, starting from Jabbar Garu, Vivek Kulkarni garu, the principals and everyone. In fact, I might be new to many of you. I don't know. Maybe someone who I already known it, but for the other people, it's more or less like a second home for me for multiple things. And can you also please give me the sharing access so that I can share my presentation? Or else shall I send it email to anyone so that they can?
No, sir. You will be given access, sir. 1 minute, sir.
Okay. So making it clear, just want to before starting something. Sorry, bear me at times because I have a light cough, but not a corona. Make it clear. So this would be an interactive session, and I don't want to fludge with a series of PPTs and other stuffs. So just be feel free to ask something. Feel free to talk. Feel free to shoot up questions. I would definitely try my level best in terms of giving the right knowledge and the right information to you. So that this is more or less like an interactive session, not just a kind of a session where we just go with my words of knowledge. It's more or less like an I want all the 28 plus people who are in this room today. So it's not that I am a guest faculty, nor you are the people. It's more or less like the same. We are sharing the knowledge over here. And coming to my background, I am a core data analytics person. For me, every instance, for example, today if I'm talking for the data has a reason. Someone believes that for every reason there is a God. I believe that for every reason there is a data and the God as well. So I believe that every small instance of your an activity is directly dependent on the kind of a data which you actually check with, because today the data a lot of people say that the data is a new oil, the data is a new oil. What exactly is the data is a new oil, and why the data is considered as a new oil? Can someone what exactly is the data is a new oil, and why the data is going to play a major role? Yes, we'll discuss a lot of things, but you can unmute your phones or you can actually um, chat. I cannot see anything chat window. Uh, I cannot see any chat enable. Can someone post their questions in this particular chat window? Just wanted to be clear. Hello. Hello. Can someone enable the chat for all the people in for all the audience? Is that a possible thing? Hello. Yeah. Okay, let me continue. So before going to this, why the data is considered as a new oil? What exactly is the data? And why are you dealing a lot of things with the data? Can someone say that? And why exactly you feel so? What is the most impactable thing in data which you feel that that is taking over our daily life? Any thoughts? Yeah. Okay. For every small instance of our life, what exactly we're trying to do is it really, if I have to collect any kind of an, if I have to purchase a mobile, I used to just get referred by someone, and let's say if my father used to purchase it, I used to take it. I don't have options, or else I feel that that's the greatest choice which I have, and that's before 10 years. What happened after 5 years is that in the era of 1100 mobile, or in the era of the QWERTY pad keywords mobile, we started discovering that there are some mobiles which have been there, and what are these mobiles, and how these mobiles have been evolved in the market. Still, we don't have a lot of data on to judge what kind of an mobile is that. Now nowadays, tell me any of you, if you have purchased a mobile just by one reference that this is the best mobile and you purchase it. No, we cannot take a risk at all. We cannot take a mobile which has been suggested by our close friend, the person whom you travel with, the person whom you trust with, even the wives or the husbands or the children. We are not here to judge the human trustability, but we are here to doubt the product which you are purchasing. Because today, starting from a kerchief which is available in Amazon to the bigger item like a curved TV of 2,40,000, still everything will be checking out the reviews. Everything is a review based mechanism, because we are not here to judge the humans, but we are here to judge the items which we feel that the human might get wrong into it, and we don't like to take even a 1% of the risk at all. And the riskability of these particular challenges has evolved because there is a huge data available. Unless and until there is a huge data available, we actually don't get information. For example, today if you like to purchase a gaming mobile, I'm talking about a gaming mobile. You might say that every mobile has games, but gaming mobile is an antique piece that will be available, only released at some point, that has a huge rush. When you Google it, you might see gaming toys, gaming accessories, but gaming mobiles has very less information. But the demand of this particular information was really huge in such a way that if that has been launched in the market, that would be sold out within a minutes of time. Now, we are able to gather the information and review for the only things which is available in the market, but not outside the market at all. That is the power of the data, which means that 90% of your daily activity or daily purchases which you do, call it as an any kind of a thing. For example, even Ola, Uber has a driver rating systems, which means that a 1% thing which you might or might not see it, but typically if you know that, you might not dare it because of the accusation that driver might not respond the phone, driver might not pick up our call. What happened because of, let's say, how that rating has come in. If 10 people has rated 4 by 5, which means that the rating will never reach to 5 at all, which means that if 10 people rates 5 by 5 only, then only he'll be getting 5, which means that the average rating of this particular drivers itself will be around from 4.1 to 5, because everyone has a habit of, okay, is this satisfied, is this not satisfied. Half of the people might, in fact me as well, forget to rate the driver. Those scenarios are there. How many people has boarded the cab versus how many people has responded to the review system, followed by his or her experience. Now, the rating will improve to the average level only if that reaches a set an average. Let's say you cannot judge a person within a for 10 reviews, but 100 reviews matters. The reason why I'm saying all these things is that the topics which the world which we are discussing right now, the topics which we are discussing right now in the world doesn't have any value if there is no data at all. Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible? Hello. Can someone enable the chat window, please? Can someone enable the chat window, if possible? Okay, 1 second. So all we are trying to do is that you call it as you call it as a cyber security. You call it IoT. You call it any other things, Internet of Things, cyber security, cloud. All these are not valid technologies if there is no huge data. So all the technologies are data centric technologies. Now, when you ask me what is the toppest technology for the next next decade or next future, if I give four options, say cybersecurity, say AI cloud, which one do you choose? You can, I think, unmute your mic and say the answers if you like to speak, please. Artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, AI, IoT, cloud, AR, VR. Out of which, if I ask you, what are the top technologies which you feel that will rule the future? And someone? Can someone initiate it? Organizers, can someone actually um, help the chat window enable? Hello. Anyone here? Am I audible? Yeah, sir, can you please enable the chat window or someone the answers? Hope as I said, this is an interactive session, and yes, there are very good presentations to be seen. But can you please help in terms of what exactly, or can someone speak out? I'm not here to say any kind of rocket science definitions in the whole next 1 hour. It will be an interactive and clear learning or an understanding of what exactly we're trying to say. So we have AI, we have cybersecurity, we have cloud, we have AR, VR, right? What is the top one in your opinion? What is the top two? What is the top three? What is the top four? You can give any kind of an answer. I'm pretty much happy, but I'm happy if I can get any one answer as well. Okay. If you ask me, it is cloud connected AR VR, cloud plus AR VR, cloud plus AI, cloud plus IoT, cloud plus cyber security. The reason why I'm saying all these things is that half of the data which you're trying to see in the recent days has been connected directly to the cloud only. So we are in the world of a cloud era. For example, the era of floppy drives has been ended. the usage of the pen drives is close to get ended very soon, because the cloud storage, your Gmail itself has a minimum 15 GB of the data. After 15 GB, you will be asked to renew with rupees. Yeah, someone is speaking. Yes, Aujanya garu. Yeah. Okay. So at some point of life, you will be not using your pen drive as well, because your Gmail not only your Gmail, it's your Google Drive, Google Sheets, Google Docs, all the Google products with plus 15 GB of your usage, which is technically free. After that, you have to pay rupees 199, I believe 130, something like that, for 150 GB of extra space, which means that technically 1 rupee for 1 GB is a calculation. Now, but today we are talking about a lot of things as our session stands on what exactly is AI and what are the implementations of AI in terms of scientific research. Let me initiate what exactly is AI and why do we have, and this is just a small information, which is a piece of information, and making it clear, the information which I got has been collected from different resources and not that I have put on my own numbers at all. Yes, there are some calculations and other things which I have written my own that will be shown as well. Hope that is clear. So we are talking about a lot of things about AI. What is AI in your opinion? What is AI? What is data science? We talk about is AI is equal to data science? Is AI is equal to machine learning? Let me clear a myth of it. Any thoughts? What is AI in your opinion? What is AI? What is artificial intelligence? We are here to ask normal things, normal, very simple things. We're not going beyond any kind of rocket-based examples at all. What is AI in your opinion? Okay, on a simple words, if you observe it, AI is nothing but an creating an intelligence to an artificial system, which means that when a system which has a no human sense, when that is an artificial point, and when that has anything which has no interactions or something like that, then that system needs kind of an external, if you like to create an external ability of that particular system, not only to automate your task but also to create an intelligent system. That system is nothing but an artificial intelligence system. And to prove an artificial intelligence system, you need a technique called as a machine learning technique. Because imagine that you have a baby, and we are kids unless and until we know what exactly is fire and what exactly is the other resources. For example, if I take out this particular window which I have written by me. So when I thought of explaining what exactly is AI, I stood on multiple points. What exactly is AI? Why AI? And a lot of confusion. And how can I explain it better? I thought of when I'm going on a roadside, I thought of checking how can I compare AI in a different mode. And I said that why not an umbrella is an example? Why not? Why not an umbrella is an example? If you observe the umbrella, right, the top layer actually has a lot of cover. I felt that this is a data in which the hook acts like around an AA system, and the screw which helps the stick acts like an AA system, and the hook which lets the umbrella open, is a machine learning technique. So why I thought of making this particular thing is that data science is really huge. Collection of data or collection of different varieties of data. You can predict, you can model it, you can visualize it. You have different forms of data in which AI acts as an intelligence system, so that whenever you have the hot sun or the hot rain, then only you're going to use this particular AI system with the help of the machine learning techniques. Is it clear? This is my article and I have given the link and you can actually visit it. But this is what, see, data science is never a technology, it's a concept. In fact, on the other words, AI is also AI technologies. We talk about a lot of AI technologies. See, the technology is the one which supports the concepts. Then only we call it as a technology, in which, for me, even the AI is a concept that would help to where to prove that concept, we use a lot of technologies behind it. So, AI, whenever we talk about a lot of things about AI, right? It's more important for you to understand what is the purpose of AI and why is the AI really needed for us. Excuse me. So, in a process of it, we are talking about how the scientific research or how the enablements of the scientific research in AI would really help the future generation. Excuse me for 1 second, please. So this is one example where I thought of starting the complete information and any kind of an doubts or any kind of an clarifications before we get into the scientific uses of AI. Anyone can unmute their mics and you're free to answer. You're free to ask any kind of an question. You're free to ask any kind of a question which you like to. I'm happy to answer anything. As I said, this is an interactive session. Anyone out of all the 40 people? Okay. Now, when it comes to AI, right, the uses of AI is not only limited for a one particular IT product. Because if you want, if you say that in automated home, what is an automated home? Opening the lock with your mobile is not an automated home. It is an automated, but not an intelligent home. Yes. What is an intelligent home? We are talking about automation. Automation is there from ages. For example, um, we are automating the Excel files using the macros. We have done a lot of automation. We have saved our data from the traditional era where you paper publish it from the mobile era and from the website. We have done a lot of automations till date. We have done all the paper records to the system using the softwares. We have done a lot of things, but AI is not equal to automation. AI automation is a part of the AI system which you do. For example, if I have a water bottle and I want an intelligent water bottle, it should give not only an information that I need to take a water, but it should also give me that am I taking other food or other sensors, so that the sensor should be placed and with me and with the water bottle and that should be detached. Unless and until I cannot say that there's an automated, artificially intelligent system. We are not talking about automated intelligence. We are talking about artificial intelligence. We're not talking about any automated systems. So never ever come to a point that AI is equal to automation. Now, is AI limited? So there was one beautiful quote which have been written. While the tech industry is often focused on short-term returns, realizing the full potential of AI will help you to improve the world, what exactly the world requires on a long-term vision. I would say, I would repeat, on a long-term vision. When I say long-term vision, if you ask me what is a long-term vision and how can I predict a long-term vision? Okay, coronal diseases. We are in the era of corona. If this is not a corona time, we would have met each other and in the Vadlamani college and we would have done it. But corona is still one by hundredth of instance where even the world didn't expect. I don't want to get into the controversy that who created it, how created it, and how was that evolved. But that is still, it has caused a lot of damage to the whole world, which is visible not only for the kid levels because they are missing the schooling from the older level. We have lost the beautiful people, the best people, our families, in fact, me to some extent, after being affected. But that is still one by hundredth instance which has created a pandemic. Now, can we predict a kind of this kind of a disease? I would say I would halt my answer. Yes, these kind of an instances are out of the prediction. Until 2020 March, the world even doesn't know the meaning of what exactly is a pandemic. Half of the people, in fact, I don't know what exactly is a pandemic. Maybe the Google somewhere I have listened it. What is a sanitizer? What is the other COVID meaning is entirely different. That has been a popular Google word and lot of other meanings. That's still one by hundred. But what about the other diseases? What are the other contaminations which can happen? So, making it clear, when you utilize the best potential of the AI, right, you can actually take care of your health completely. You can live for 100 years, trust me, considering that AI could take the complete journey of yours. The potential of AI is still in evolving stage, but considering the future, AI will be part of everyone's journey. This is my opinion completely. Did the AI implement is the AI implementation completely done? Yes, no, I would say that it's in the process. And how would be a part of everyone's journey? For example, today I am logging my laptop. I would like to see somewhere where I don't need laptop, I don't need mobile. I need my automatic system and automatic things where I can directly communicate to you without any second thought. And I like to visualize and explain the things, not just saying the things. I like to experience the things completely. So that's why I'm looking for the future of the AI in a most better way. And that's where the potential of AI is still growing. In fact, if you call the smart home, as I said, is not just limited to opening the key or closing the key, but in giving the intelligence to a key system. Yeah. Yes. 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 Someone speaking.
Sorry, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. No worries. If anyone like to ask question, please. I don't see a chat window enabled, but please feel free to ask any kind of a question. Any questions till now? When it comes to, as I said, the home automation or the other things. So, for example, I would like to create my own robot which would take care of me. Yes, I understand that my family is taking care of me when I am in trouble. But imagine a vision where you have a personal system who can take care of your finance, you can take care of your health, who can take care of your daily needs, who can act for you, who can give the right data, where to go in the rainy season, what is the best place in India to visit in a rainy season, what is the best place in India where hardly people has visited but the beautiful and secure places. I need this kind of an suggestion based information, not just putting by money, but the models has to be accurate. Sorry. And that way, where I was imagining the AI to be a part of my life, and that's the reason I'm saying that AI will be your life, AI will travel with you, AI will be a part of your life. And how the models has been created, and the models are being created to ensure that your results are accurate. Your results are accurate, and the prediction is almost above the 90% levels. Unless and until you cannot be happy with the levels of AI. Is it clear? Now, we are talking about a lot of things in scientific research. What exactly is scientific research and why do we need a scientific research? Scientific research is nothing but an considering the future, what will happen and how the things can turn on. The research will help to ensure that the human is always safe, the animals are always safe, our earth is always safe, our surroundings are always safe. So technically, when I say safe, 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 we are actually taking A for our safety. For example, when it comes to universe, right? I don't have a complete subject matter expert in terms of what exactly is the universe and all, but you like to know more about galaxies. You like to build the more space stations, and you like to have the human-less automation space stations, which can work from top of our Earth and give the climate changes and other information in the most accurate way, so that the disaster can be controlled. The universe is really big. We have a lot of galaxies. We have all the thunderstorms and other things which would happen on the top of the level above the cloud. So every time we do a lot of research in terms of sending the satellites for the human prediction, giving the satellites the power to get the signaling level best. We are doing a lot of R&Ds and the researches to ensure that the customers see at the end of the day, the person who builds the AI, the person who gets the fruits of AI are finally the customers, because the one who builds the mobile does use the mobile as well. So that way, the automated labs and other climatic changes, the AI will definitely help out. And what is the content and the art? How the images will help you to shape the future, and how the images can predict the future, the person's face or other things. Will that really help? And in terms of the maps or Google Maps, the most automated Google Maps, where you should go, where you should go, how are you going? Yes, our maps are mostly automated and mostly accurate right now. But what is the other accuracy where we can get it? The genetic changes, especially in terms of the health advancement. Imagine that there are different kinds of diseases. We hardly know some of the diseases of this really exist or not. Yes, some of the diseases where you are listening right now might not be the popular diseases earlier. The one new buzzword will actually create a lot of things. Our body, see, we are actually being patented with different kinds of an occurrences when you meet different people, and that way these things are really helpful. A advancement, for example, there is one hospital in Hyderabad itself where they operate using the robots, which means that the trust of the robotic machines in terms of getting the accuracy was pretty much high, and the people are monitoring it. And that way, where these people, the kind of and things has got the complete information and other feasibilities to ensure that the doctors have enough liberty to get the more data of the patient, predict it, and give the smarter solutions. Right now, we started initializing the video calling system, but is it the video calling system is more accurate, not accurate, depending on the kind of an emergency or the kind of an disease which you have. For example, if you have to meet the doctor, you have to meet the doctor. But further going, we stop going to doctors for smaller cases. For example, if you got a fever, no, the first initial precaution is taking the Dolo. Or else if you got a cold, you're taking some initial precautions. You are going to the doctors only with mid to extreme level cases. Extreme level cases, for example, accidents are always unique where the doctor intervention is needed. But mid to extreme level is something like where you like to sleep but you cannot sleep. Those cases are actually can turn on to critical, and we don't like to take a chance on that. But to ensure that are we getting affected with this or are we not getting affected with this, the algorithms are written in such a way that the advancement in the healthcare technology, especially in the AI, is really huge. Not only the robotic implementation, giving the doctor in the right information is also more important about the patient's history and the medicine. What is the common medicine which you can have? How the animal health behaviors? Because we are getting friendly with different kinds of animals these days, starting from cats, birds, and dogs as well. We are actually interacting with a lot of people, and here the medicine level or the kind of an research which I've been doing using the help of the data is really big. So I consider this particular section is the most top areas in terms of the AI research. And setting up the automation labs does include kind of an for the chemical and other labs as well. So it's not only limited. Automated labs can be anything which you like to test it for the betterments. I hold for now, but do we have any questions for now? Do you have something to say before I go ahead? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions or any kind of a thing which you like to know? I'll be happy to answer. Anything which you like to get it. Any kind of an information, whatever the things are, you kindly be feel free to ask anything. It can be a small, big question. In fact, I am pretty much in terms of your knowledge, I can still hold some sort of question, and I am happy to learn as well. Or else, if you can unmute and directly ask as well, that was pretty much good. I'm happy to answer it. Yeah. Anyone?
Sir,
Yeah.
can we make our own artificial algorithm? Like on what basis we can make our own artificial algorithm? For example, we gotten some pseudocode idea, like we got an idea. So that idea I want to make an like a special new novel artificial algorithm. So what are the steps to need to create such kind of environment?
See, when you try to make an algorithm, right? First of all, you need to check what are the parameters of the algorithm and how is that helpful uh, for the next because your algorithms will be helpful for the next generations as well. Next, someone who like to create it. So your algorithms are more important. Where, for example, if you consider the natural language processing as one of the algorithms, right? One of the most important is that first of all, you need to get started with how the performance analysis of that particular things are going on and how to build a complete robust system in terms of getting the right algorithms. So that's where you got to build the algorithms. These algorithms are actually um, more efficient in terms of understanding your data based structure. That's where you got to do. So first of all, there are some steps which most of the people follow, and that includes what is the definition and what is the goal of your algorithm, and do you have the historic data, and are you able to collate with the current data? You have to choose the right models which have been there. We'll discuss a few models over here. Not into that, but we have that some glimpse of understanding. No, when you have all the three things, it's more important for someone to tune up these algorithms. Tune up these algorithms in sense, for example, you have a Vision API feature which is available in Google, and how are you taking that particular API for your own purposes and ensure that the visions are clear, pretty much clear and good. So how are you decoding it and tuning it, and how are you estimating the results, which is a part of the visualization process. Now, after all these five steps are done, it's more important for you to run the algorithm continuously to ensure that you are getting the desired result. Unless and until you cannot actually see, this is like around the 6 or 7 steps of procedure where everyone have to follow. Unless and until everyone can follow it, what happens is that the meaning of algorithm doesn't get defined. Is it clear? Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Any questions? Thank you, Babu Garu. Any questions, please? Any other questions? Feel free to ask anything which you like to. Yeah, please. Someone is saying.
Participants, if you have any doubts, please unmute yourself and you can ask the question to sir, please.
Okay, we'll go for the next level. But kindly come up with questions, because I haven't come with the kind of a flush of presentations which should actually more confuse, or I mean, I don't say that that's not needed, but I felt that is it really needed right now, because I thought that to interact with you directly, and that's where I thought of managing this particular whole session. Yes, the one presentation which had been created would be helpful, but I would definitely share it. Okay. Yeah, let's go to the other point of it. Please come up with questions. Please come up with questions. Any questions, or else the session would be done within the next 15 minutes or 20 minutes itself. Doesn't mean that I'm trying to give the valuable information, but you can shoot me up with any kind of a question which you like to have. It might or might not be related to the accurate concept itself. I can help the complete data flows as well if needed. So technically this is the last presentation which I have, but I'll say you how the system works. So whenever we see the quantifier of these particular areas, right? These are the major areas where you will be actually dealing with most of the research-based information, especially in these days. So that's the reason after doing what exactly I have to say, I have done an R&D kind of an research in terms of what exactly I have to say to the people. And I found that these 12 areas, or say not 12, in fact, the 10 of the areas are actually more helpful and important. Now, are AI models accurate? This is one such question which is more, I don't say that it's confusing, but more challenging to answer. See, advances in AI technologies offer more powerful analytical tools. The sound of the tools are pretty much huge. The list is pretty much big. The availability of large data sets of data is always an advantage for those who like to predict. Now, what is the need for a large data sets? When you have ample amount of data, then only you can actually sample the best of the data which is available. Unless and until you cannot really sample it. So sampling the data is the most crucial part, and in which the sampling plays a major role. And whenever I say AI as one of the best sampling areas, it is more important for you to see that how are you loving the huge data. It can be a formatted data, unformatted data, any kind of thing, but you are actually dealing with the huge data sets. In fact, our brain has a capacity of 2 petabytes of memory, but a normal Hadoop system just need 10 terabytes of memory, which is like almost 10 times of our brain. This is not a generic information. In fact, if you Google it, right, you will get the information that what is the brain capacity. So our brain itself is a big data tool. Our brain itself has a lot of networks which have been available within our brain. Yeah, and convolution neural networks from images, and neural networks. See, typically convolution. Sorry for the typo. It's a conventional. Convolution neural networks are mainly helpful for the image classification, and we have the reinforcement learning techniques where the most possible scenarios will be helpful on a moving base, followed by the transfer learning, followed by other more learning techniques. So technically, these models are not just the models which are been set by a lot of the people, but these are been set according to the needs of the people on a daily basis, on which one you like to predict, which you like to go ahead, and which you like to see the future for the AI to ensure that the AI was being clear for most of the challenges which have been faced in this real world. So that's the reason we actually talk a lot of AI things these days. Is it clear? Now, when it comes to AI, right, the first thing you have to check is that what kind of a data set which you have and what are the tools available. What is the capability of our team to ensure that this particular tool will be really helpful. Unless and until you cannot actually really go ahead, just that I have an AI system I cannot implement, I can implement everything and anything. That is not going to work in most of the cases. Is it clear? Yeah. Can we have any kind of questions? Any kind of questions on AI data science or any kind of question? Because technically that halts my presentation, but I'm pretty much happy to elaborate considering your inputs are available. Whenever we talk about a lot of AI things, right, it's more important for us to see that what is the type of the data and how are you trying to deal with the type of with these types of data. The data itself is the oil, the data itself is actually confusing. So the modeling of the data is more important. What is the modeling the data? Collection the data and saving it in place is not, might be a challenge, but not a long-term challenge. But modeling the data is a continuous challenge. It's like around a running engine. See, it's more or less like a train. When it comes to the platform, it doesn't actually stops. It doesn't. It does halt. It does halt. It does not stops. The engine does not stops. The engine, it was like a pause of the system. The modeling of the data is like pausing the system and getting the new inputs each and every time and going to the right point. It's like around the engineering the complete data. But that's the reason we call it as in data engineering. Unless and until the data engineering was perfectly done, you cannot get to the point of either automation or prediction or kind of an intelligence. So here, framing up your data, filtering up your data, seeing what exactly the data is needed, and giving up the right results and without deleting anything is more important. Is it clear? Is it clear or confusion?
Clear, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. Questions, please. I mean, any questions? Any questions? I'll be happy to answer. Feel free to ask. So, for example, there are some things which the climatic change, the climatic conditions, the changes in the climate can be really accurate. In fact, you see a lot of hackathons on the climate changes. There is one UNESCO for climate change has organized an event considering the climate change with the help of the blockchain technology. So there are a lot of innovations which have been going on, and these are a part of the researches. The climate, we are talking a lot of the things about the climate because we can actually within Hyderabad or our premises can see the difference before 5 years and right now for multiple reasons. What exactly might have happened? Are we here to blame that we are not growing trees, or are we here to stop the evolution of the humans coming to the cities? Are we digging ourselves, or is that a good thing or a bad thing? Yeah.
Guys, please mute yourself.
Sir, please continue. Madhu, sir?
Sorry. Hello.
Yeah, sir, you're audible, sir. Yeah,
So sorry. Did I lost something actually?
no problem, sir.
So sorry. From how many minutes did I lost actually?
No, just 1 minute, sir. That's it.
Okay. So the climatic changes and other things which have been really going on tough, and why these changes are needed because of our living. The plant-based research is going on, and apart from that, we are dealing a lot of things in terms of getting the right efficiency in terms of the networks and other things. So the space research, the lab-based research, all the key major areas which I mentioned, almost 9 to 12 areas, and especially in terms of the health care, what's actually happening within our body, and why is that is more important. Are we organically born, or what exactly it is? Can we get an AI system from the day which I born to the one which I live in? Can my AI system help me stabilized with my life? What about my internal things which are happening in the brain? Yeah, am I do stressed, and will that impact my work? And if that is impact my work, what should I take care? Should I contact a doctor, or what can I cook? I cannot speak to everyone, to anyone. What exactly the things can be done? These are all a lot of challenge, challenges where the data is really huge. Let's say if a person is having and two persons having the same fever, that doesn't mean that they have the common symptoms and they have the same use case. So we cannot actually predict any kind of a model just by assuming that that was the exact prediction at all. So that's how the system is being running. That's how the systems are being executed. And that is the reason we talk about a lot of things in the AI based systems. And the research will be never ending. The AI will be a part of your daily life. That's the reason the scientific research and other things, which are actually the results of the common human living, are been going on. Is it clear? Any questions, please? Any question? Any question you'd like to ask? Be happy to answer any kind of, and it can be a small question, big question, or anything. Please feel free to answer. Even in terms of your academics, if you like to ask anything, please ask. I'm happy to answer it. In fact, a lot of research on how the education in terms of giving the right things, that has been also going on, how the mindset of a student can be tailored. Can we actually segregate not in terms of the positions, but in terms of the mindsets. This one is also going on. Yep. Questions? Any questions, please? Or else would you expect me to say something else apart from this? Hello. I think if there are no questions, I have that's in my plate actually. I believe, yes, this might be a bit 20 minutes before than the expected schedule, but this is what I thought of actually conveying the complete message.
Dear participants, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself and then ask. I think we don't have any questions, Madhu.
Okay.
Yeah, do you have anything to cover?
Pretty much good, sir. So because this is one which is happening, because we discussed about how the models are going on and what are the areas which have been there in the scientific research, and also what exactly is AI and the data science and how the evaluation of these things are going on. I think that's pretty much the one which we actually planned for, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think can we wind up the session if you don't, nothing is there to cover?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think there are no questions from the participants, so then we can wind up the session.
Yeah, please.
Naresh sir or Babu sir, please share the last slide. The final proceedings handed over to Jay Lakshmi or Saujanya madam, please.
Yes, sir. I would like to thank our speaker Madhu Vadlamani for taking out the time from his busy schedule to provide us with such a valuable information on applications of artificial intelligence to scientific research. Now I request our program coordinator to felicitate our distinguished speaker Madhu Vadlamani, sir.
Very good afternoon, Madhu sir. This is Dr. Krishna Chaitanya and co-coordinator for this program. I'm the person who communicated you on phone and WhatsApp and so on.
Yeah,
I went to class in the last session, so I could not attend your introduction part. So thank you, Madhu, for accepting our request in within 1 day of time. And thanks to Sangeeta at this point of time also, who has given that contact. She's from Women in IEEE Engineering Department. So excellent. Thanks to Sangeeta and thanks to Madhu also for honored this session. So this is one virtual token of appreciation from the Vadlamani College of Engineering with the permission of AICTE and AISTE to Madhu. And thank you one and all. Please accept this virtual felicitation and appreciation, Madhu.
Sure, I'll definitely take it when I'm coming to college.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you all. Thank you, everyone. And there are a few announcements because you have a valedictory session will start at 2 o'clock and ends by 2:30 or 2:45. So the scheduled time is 2 to 2:45. So you need to join the valedictory session from 2 o'clock onwards itself. So the chief guest will come and give the summarization, and the coordinator will give the summarization, and the guest of honor also will summarize the sessions. And followed by you have the overall feedback session and the grant test. and many requests from many of the participants about the feedbacks of previous days and others. So that we are talking to the ISTE people, whoever are funding us. So once they give the access for us, we'll do the same, right? So you need to join the valedictory session at 2 o'clock. It is mandatory. Please try to understand. So the chief guest will be coming from ISTE National Council body. So you need to join and host the session at from 2 p.m. onwards. So thank you, Honorable. If any there are deviations in time, we'll intimate you in the WhatsApp channel. Thank you, one and all. Signing off for session 2.
Thank you, sir.